Hello guys, welcome back again to this channel. My name is Vanessa and today I want to share with you some images related with the Peruvian Christmas. This has been part of a Zoom conference that I had today for my Patreons. So if you are interested in joining and supporting me, supporting my channel, you can also visit the link that I'm leaving below. So well, because we are a few days before Christmas, I would love to share with you some of the traditions we have in Peru on pictures. For my Patreons, I usually run private meetings that last about 40 minutes, but I'm going to be doing a smaller version of the Zoom that took place today. So, well, let's start. Okay, so one of the traditional celebrations we have in Peru takes place in the main square of Cusco during December and especially the days before Christmas, and it's called Santurantiqui. And this is a fair where you can find different kinds of saints, images of the Nativity, Jesus Christ, Virgin Mary, different saints, Peruvian saints, and especially you can find the representations of Jesus, of the little Jesus, Jesus child, and the name we give to this representation is Niño Manuelito. But before I go to that image, let me share with you, for example, this nativity set in which you can see the Peruvian t-shirt from the soccer team, national soccer team. So this is something I found out to be very funny, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. But not all of the nativity sets are like this funny. We have some of them that are more like conventional, traditional. We have, for example, this one that shows a let's say traditional costume from the highlands for men and women, and this is especially from Cusco region. You can also see miniature nativity sets, and we are going back to the representation of Jesus as a child. Here you can see the Niño Manuelito. Manuel comes from the word or the name Emmanuel, which is all the way to call Jesus. And you can see the Niño Manuelito always in tears. And the reason of the sadness the child has is because he has a thorn on his feet. This is a representation of what would happen to Jesus in the future during the passion of Jesus. So this is, let's say, an anticipation of what will happen, a premonition of what will happen to him dying on the cross. Also, this is once again the thorn representing the death of Jesus in the cross. Also, we have another interesting nativity, in this case the representation of the family and all the let's say the characters related with this nativity, but with a very interesting elongation of the neck. This is the traditional style of the Mendívil family in Cusco. They still produce these pieces that are quite unique, very original to them, and they are very expensive, honestly. Some of them are pieces that are valued in thousands of dollars, but what makes these pieces very special is actually the neck. This family started with this trend many years ago, in the early 20th century, and they continue till nowadays producing these pieces. So when they are consulted about why the neck being so elongated, they say that this is a fusion between, let's say, the more Western traditions, or even the representation, much more Western-like, with fair skin, people with fair skin, and also the representation of the necks of the llamas, the alpacas, the vicunas. Also, this is a fusion between both ideas, which were also these animals, sort of like very important for the pre-Hispanic people, for the nowadays people in the Andes. And in the case of the vicuna, for example, it had even a magical, let's say, importance, or used in the pre-Hispanic times. So this is the fusion between an Andean element and a Western, let's say, Catholic element. So you can also see here a nativity, quite big. The big nativity sets are common in churches and also in some houses. Unfortunately, less and less in houses, and the reason is because, well, less people have the time to do something like this. I remember my grandma used to do huge nativity sets, and it was something very special that we used to share with our friends. My neighbors used to come over to help me to build the whole placing where the images would be located. And also another fun thing was when we were like packing back all of these things, no, putting them back in their boxes. So it was a very, very fun thing, very special thing. And I still remember that I no longer can do something like this. I don't have the time to do something like that. It takes time and also lots of money to buy all of these little figurines. But there are people that still do it. And in the churches, still, this is a tradition. So you can see different forms of that nativity set, like full, very big nativity set. Here I can share also some images of the nativity sets, but like dressed up like the characters of this set in traditional Peruvian fashion. Also, we have the Highlands style. We have also the Afro Peruvian nativity set. We have the Amazonian nativity set. And here you can see also a retablo, which I also have one behind me. I will share this at the end. This retablo ayacuchano, traditional from the South Highlands of Peru, has a nativity set inside. And it has also doors. This sort of like box has doors, beautifully painted and decorated. And this tradition started a long time ago, back in the colonial times, when the priests from different, say, orders, Franciscans and Jesuits especially, used to travel to different destinations, far away destinations from the big cities, to evangelize indigenous, and they carry with them boxes with the representations of scenes that were related with the Bible, all important scenes that were fundamental for the spreading of the faith, Catholic faith. So that's why well, this element became so, first of all, interesting for the locals. They were very attracted to something like this, and later, well, they replicated them and adding color and even adding other motifs to this boxes, no? So here you can see the Christmas tree from the Uros Island, that's in Puno, in the high plateau of Peru, Titicaca Lake. And these families that live on the lake live on islands that are floating. These islands are made of reed, and their houses are made of reed, and they even eat the reed. So this Christmas tree is made also of reed. You can see pompons hanging, and the pompons are also something really typical of the dresses and also the hair arrangements of these women. Well, another thing that is traditional to us is the Misa del Gallo, which is in English be the Rooster Mass, and this is a very late Mass that happens on the 24th. So people go to the Mass, they hear the priest talking about the Bible, different passages related with the birth of Jesus, and people bring their baby Jesus to be blessed here, and then later they take the baby Jesus back home and they put them back into the nativity set. So this mass actually takes for approximately 2 hours, and happens late on the 24th. Also, in other parts of the country, like in this case in the south coast of Peru, in the department of Ica, we have a tradition called Navidad Negra, or Black Christmas, when men from that location, especially the district of El Carmen in Chincha, dance for hours and hours to honor Jesus. They step like tap style. They step for hours and hours, like they're using their steps to set the rhythm of the music. And well, basically the steps are sort of like a percussion instrument. So they dance and dance for, in some cases, 4 days straight, starting on the 24th and ending on the night of the 26th. So this is a way also they have to thank God for what they have received during the year and what they will be receiving for next year. And let's go to the food. We have on the traditional Peruvian table the famous panetone by nighttime. So remember that we usually have dinner quite late, so that's a tradition for most Peruvians. Of course, some people don't do it that late, but say 90% of people do it at about 10 p.m., maybe 11 p.m. So we have dinner, we eat panettone, which is an Italian dessert, and we cover the panettone, the slices of panettone, with butter. So it's really yummy, very, very delicious, rich, but unfortunately not very good with your health. So we cannot be eating that much panettone with butter like all year round. So it's just for Christmas. And we have the turkey. The turkey is another thing that you will see in the tables of most Peruvians. Of course, if we have the money, if we can afford that. If not, it can be replaced by chicken or other dish. But turkey is much more traditional. By the way, panettone is Italian. Originally, it comes from Milan, and it's a let's say it is a way to show you how important the immigrations to Peru have been. Immigrations from Europe, especially from Italy, from France, from Spain. So the influence of the Italians here can be seen especially in the gastronomy, and this panettone nowadays is the classic in all Peruvian houses during Christmas. So the Arab rice, which is another recipe. I think it's not that much Arab. Anyways, it's much more like Peruvian style, but we call it Arab rice. It has rice, it has noodles that are pre-cooked, and it has also pecans, it has nuts, it has also dry grapes and soy sauce, and it's all sort of like saute style. It has olive oil. It is really rich, and it is fantastic, goes fantastic with the turkey. Sometimes we have two different types of rice. This is the jardinera rice, which is rice with veggies. You can see the carrot, you can see corn, you can see different type of green beans. So this is really yummy. And Christmas is always like a celebration of lots of food. There's no Christmas if you don't have in your table a puree of apple. Like this is also a classic one that we put also on our plates with all of the other meals you've seen display. And we always have with our panettone a cup with hot chocolate. This is also a very, very yummy thing, and well, not really light, so we have to go immediately the day after Christmas to the gym because it's too much carbs, too much sugar in our bodies. So you can see also, well, the panettone, the hot chocolate, which is very strange because we have hot chocolate in summer, no? As well, in this hemisphere, Christmas is celebrated during summertime. Champagne, if we are like ready to celebrate or to give a toast, and the turkey. And the next day, we have a very succulent breakfast. This is the pan con chicharrón. Chicharrón is pork meat that has the fat attached to the meat, so it's really rich, very succulent, and also not very healthy. And well, it's presented usually with a salad of onions, of red onions, cooked with key lime, so very soft. And it has also the presentation, the full presentation, some chips, let's say, of a sweet potato. No? So this is really yummy. And the tamal, which always comes with this succulent breakfast, is a traditional Peruvian dish. Tamal is corn cake, and this is one of the most famous breakfast, let's say. Also, like the tamal alone is very, very typical for breakfast. So this is how it would look like a Christmas breakfast. But usually Christmas breakfast happens very close to noon because we go sleep very late. As you remember, we have the Misa de Gallo very late, and then after we go to have dinner like around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Then we open the presents at midnight, and then we well, play with the presents, we talk a lot. So at the end, we are in bed at 3 a.m. in the morning. So we wake up at about 11 a.m., and that's why we have this type of breakfast because, well, why not, right? Okay, so this is what we have during Christmas, what Christmas means, some things that are very unique to us during this season. I'm sure you celebrate Christmas differently, well, wherever you are. Even though you might be from Latin America, but you can have some different forms to celebrate Christmas. And I don't want to end this video without sharing with you this very beautiful nativity set, which is displayed inside a retablo ayacuchano. Remember that the retablo is this box with doors, and in the case of mine, we have a section where you can see the nativity set. We have also on the lower part a dance, and this dance is related also with the harvest of the corn, because also there is a coincidence between the harvesting of the corn and the Christmas time. So the indigenous eventually fusion both beliefs, and well, they match perfectly eventually because, you know, parties are parties. So Peruvians eventually embrace the Christmas season much easily because they had already another celebration taking place in that time. So, well, this is a bit of what we do during Christmas, how we celebrate it. I would love to hear from you what you do during Christmas that is unique to you, unique to your culture and your country. And, well, before I finish this video, I would like to thank my Patreons, Michelle, Agnes, Adam, Blanca, and Jan, for your support, for being always there when I do my presentations. So if you want to join in the next one, just let me know, send me a message, and I would inform you of how you can join to them. I do them once a week, usually on Thursdays, and I do also video tours of Lima, which usually take place on Saturdays. So, well, I hope to hear from you, and let me wish you a wonderful holiday season. All the best to you during this Christmas time, and blessings to you and all your family. And well, send you lots of love from Lima, Peru. Until the next time, and bye bye.